This is John Paul Ryan coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. I was looking at the Amber Heard petition to, get rid of her from Aquaman 2, and this little piece of information came up. Because the petition is not just a petition, they also pass along the news on what's going on. Amber Heard has filed yet again for dismissal. In this motion, she tries to bully Johnny into appearing at her lawyer's offices in Virginia for 3 days, right in the middle of his filming schedule for Fantastic Beasts 3. Sounds pretty shitty to me, but I guess we've come to expect these things from Amber over time. I think there's a few spelling mistakes here, but not so important. Defendant Laura Heard by counsel hereby moves this court for an order granting appropriate relief and sanctions to include the dismissal of the complainant with prejudice, compelling production of the 9th RPT's compelling plaintiff Mr. Depp to appear for 3 successive days in counsel for the defendant's offices in Virginia on or before October 30th, 2020 on dates and times agreeable to counsel for the defendant, and to award fees and costs to defendant for having to bring this motion. Some punctuation would have been nice there, but we got through it. Okay, so Amber Heard wants Johnny to appear for 3 days to talk about what? So obviously she wants to get this thing just, simply thrown out of court, and she wants to just do as much disruption and confusion as possible. So Adam Waldman tweeted out last week, I didn't get to the story because, just really hectic, but he tweeted out the Chewbacca defense, which is a defense where you just kind of go for confusion and you mention everything around the main issue just to kind of muddy the waters. And I said this in videos for weeks. When I was reading these articles and kind of following it up on the case, I was like, none of this is about the abuse. It's about, smearing Johnny on drug use, about how Johnny supposedly said some bad stuff about the dog, and just, whatever else came up aside from the actual abuse. And I suppose, Chewbacca, if you know Star Wars, he doesn't talk. He's got this grunt. And when he talks, he kind of disrupts people from their conversation, from a situation, by just grunting this incomprehensible stuff. And that's kind of what I guess Amber Heard's lawyers were doing, and Amber Heard, is they just kind of splurt out this incomprehensible stuff, this stupid unrelated stuff, and like we have here, they're not really sticking with the issues and trying to prove their case with facts. Again, it looks like she's trying to cost Johnny his gig in Fantastic Beasts 3 by being so troublesome that the franchise doesn't deem him worth keeping around. It's a despicable tactic, and I hope that the court slaps her down for it. What do you think? Will she get him fired from Beast with her pesky behavior, or will he continue to shine in his magnificent career while she fades away into oblivion? Pretty poetic there. Okay, so, look, it's not the worst tactic, even if they do really want and like having Johnny around, if it becomes too much of an issue with the filming, I guess it could be disruptive. I'm not saying it's a good tactic morally, it's a shitty tactic, and like the poster says here, despicable, absolutely agree, but as far as effectiveness, yeah, it could have some kind of an effect. So I took a few comments here too. She's getting desperate. She really does not want to face him in court. I have a strong suspicion that should everything else fail, she will try to settle out of court with no to little admission of guilt. I really hope Johnny takes it to the end, tired of all these as he may be, as she really needs to be exposed and answer for her actions. This is for all men out there that might have suffered such abuse from women, not just Johnny. To be honest, she needs to face criminal charges too. Yeah, so I'll take it a step further. It's for all people who are abused. I guess Johnny's a man and, the side of the men is underrated, but it's really for everybody who was abused. And that's one of the things a lot of people don't realize, is that Amber Heard's actually insulting the abused. Well, I think a lot of people actually do realize that at this point. Seeing how she was granted the delay to shoot the film, I can't then see them penalizing him for being in London filming. Also, this really does appear like the final death flails of a defeated enemy. She's getting nasty. It could also be revenge I think he meant to say, I'd say she has been taken off Aquaman 2. She could be trying to ruin his job like hers was. Well, I mean, you can't say hers was like ruined. I mean, it was ruined, but like that was her fault. If this got ruined here, that wouldn't be Johnny's fault. But alright, I get what he's trying to say. Problem is that she started it with the false allegations. Absolute C word of a woman. Apologies for the bad language. So, yeah, we don't have absolute confirmation she's off Aquaman 2, but like Richard here hints at, that could be, or, the situation of the dismissal could be a clue that she's not continuing Aquaman because, now she's all pissed and she wants to get revenge and get Johnny off Fantastic Beasts. And you guys, rest assured, like nobody else, I really, really wish we knew if she was off Aquaman or on Aquaman or not, because that would lead into, a lot of conversations. But now we're just in limbo with it. Like we're kind of waiting for the verdict. September's pretty much over. I figured we'd have it by now. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think down below. Giving a shout out to Helly Skelly. She sent me this on Twitter. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. It's like late night. It's like 3 a.m. But I think everything went pretty smooth here. If you're not subscribed, consider it. I'm doing Depth vs. Heard. Current news, whatever comes up, whatever I feel like. If you don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.